When you're sitting at the roulette wheel and you're down to your last few chips after being up extremely bigger in the night, do you bet the last ones or do you walk away?
Whoa!
Try though they have to hide numbers, skew numbers, and make you think that everything's hunky dory. It has not been that way for Disney for quite a few years running now. We've seen The Acolyte, abysmal failure. We see Agatha being a abysmal failure. It was just announced, but they've got something new coming on now. And it was just announced at this latest Comic Con in New York. Daredevil Born Again sets their premiere date for D Plus, starring Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. The good one. The good Daredevil that was unfortunately canceled after 3 seasons. But so this is coming to Disney Plus now. Now it was a Netflix exclusive during its original run. We know Vincent D'Onofrio is a terrifying kingpin when given the right stuff to work with, and Charlie Cox does his work as Daredevil as well. All right, so news came during the Marvel Fanfare with CB Sobolski panel today, which featured series producer and Marvel Studios production and development executive Sana Amanat in conversation with the editor in chief. The discussion delved into Marvel's long history of New York storytelling and shooting season 1 of the new TV series. Now, Disney needs a win. This is probably the best way they can go, but however, do we trust Disney at all? I know I've got some raised eyebrows. This article goes on to talk about how they previewed even a sneak peek because it's already filmed and they filmed it in New York around Hell's Kitchen. So there's one thing about this article that I find hilarious. Following blind attorney Matt Murdock's cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home. Wait, did you forget about Echo? Did you forget about She-Hulk, where he had to do the walk of shame? They conveniently left this out. He's been around since the Spider-Man No Way Home cameo. So don't let that fool you. It is already being shaped and shifted to leave out those absolute disasters that Disney put out, which I understand what they're going for. And maybe to the normie, someone who doesn't keep up with it, they would forget about these kind of things. But not to those of us who pay attention. And I will say, this is great casting. Actually, the stars are pretty good as well. The showrunner has done some good stuff. Episodes are directed mostly in tandem. Here's one that kind of sticks out to me. Can we trust this guy to direct an entire episode? I don't know, because he used to do some decent stuff in the past. However, that's long in the past. It's not really something we can bank on anymore. Same thing with James Gunn. We know what we're going to get. Kevin Feige, we know what we're going to get. We're going to get whatever they tell him to give us. And boy, do they ever need to give the fans more than what they have so far. They need to actually be respectful to the source material, because while they're bringing back one of the most beloved TV shows in the Marvel universe, there's also talks about this new thing that I don't think anyone's excited for. Yet somehow they're bringing her back. I don't understand it whatsoever, but Captain Marvel reportedly have big role in both Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. They're planning 2 Avengers movies for some reason, starring Captain Marvel, just because she fell within the right time period between Infinity War and Endgame. And that's the only reason why that movie made $1 billion. And the Marvels absolutely flopped. I don't know why. I mean, this is a rumor. Let me hedge my bets and let y'all know that right now. This is a rumor. However, these projects have been announced. One of the great things about Avengers, the original Avengers, and that whole cinematic universe, is that everyone had their own story. Everyone had their own, if not multiple, standalone movies. And when the circumstances were most dire, when everyone needed to come together, that's when the Avengers happened. I think even Deadpool and Wolverine, it was one of the lines. It was like they didn't do it because they wanted to do it. They do it because when the call came, they were the only ones who could. So it's not it's more born out of necessity and not because you want to show a bunch of flashy stuff and get a whole bunch of brand new characters because all the other ones are phased out. We see how Blacked in America has been doing with all the test screenings. It is not doing well. We've seen so many shows that are being canceled before they're ever released, before anybody ever sees them. They just pull the plug after spending millions of dollars on them. And yet they still want to pull out 2 new Avengers movies with the new Avengers. I don't see this working out very well for them. But what do you guys think? I kind of softened on Brie Larson a little bit because after all the backlash that she got, she kind of like mellowed out. And I think she's just in it for a paycheck. If the rumors are true and this is where the storyline is going, we don't know that yet because there is no release date on these as of now. But until next time, take care.